The following podcast has been brought to you by Audible.com. Sign up now using the URL audibletrial.com/TTV to get a free audiobook of your choosing. We recommend Brick by Brick, How LEGO Rewrote the Rules of Innovation and Conquered the Global Toy Industry. You may recognize this as one of the sources we use in our show, BIONICLE Autopsy. Remember, that's audibletrial.com/TTV. Enjoy the show.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1,
sync. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the TTV Podcast, episode 181.
Mardi Gras.
It's gonna be incredibly fun.
Mardi
Ever do that again?
Stop. Jeez.
That's so disgusting.
You're so gross.
You did bad and you should really feel bad.
Sounded like a Darth Vader snail.
You sounded like Kylo Ren if he like got his nose stuffed up or something with like look.
Kylo's got the cold.
Yeah, it's like a Kylo Ren with a cold.
Did you see the undercover boss of him?
I think everyone's seen that.
It was
No, yeah, no.
Literally everyone in
good
the entire world has seen it.
just checking. Well, I'm sure Meso hasn't seen it.
That's
I
what
have,
hasn't
in fact, seen it.
Oh,
pretty
wow.
sure.
I'm pretty sure
Trust
we
me,
sync viewed it.
Trust me,
I'm pretty sure,
crazy.
like,
everyone here.
It was a rather funny video. It was a great video.
The Force Awakens is just about to hit. I mean, it's very close to 1 billion domestically.
I was
thought it
supposed
were-
to do that today, actually.
Yeah, it's getting there. I think it's
What,
really, really
yesterday, I think it hit 900 million. I don't know if it's going to do another 100 million in
Oh,
one
wait,
day.
no. It was
close. I
supposed
know
to hit...
it is the number one film domestically. I'm not sure if it's
Yeah.
made it to number one internationally.
Number one film
yet.
in the country.
No, it's not. It is still it's still a couple million, a couple hundred million behind
Yeah.
domestically.
And obviously, adjusted for inflation, Gone with the Wind is still the freaking powerhouse. But surprisingly, Star Wars is really catching up to Gone with the Wind.
Force
That's
Awakens
Awakens
crazy.
is a
So
juggernaut
long.
of epic
Well, okay,
proportions.
It's like the only movie that's ever gotten close to Gone with the Wind.
You
It's
gotta,
like
you gotta
insane.
remember too. The reason why, like, people say, well, you should just count ticket sales back then and see, like, what comes in. And Gone with the Wind has the most ticket sales, so obviously it's really popular. Instead of just counting like domestic box office, adjusting for inflation, that kind of thing. But you also have to realize back then, when Gone with the Wind came out, there was nothing. Movies didn't come out like every 2 weeks. And you couldn't go and watch TV later either.
Yeah, so there was like no competition.
There was literally nothing. Like,
If you wanted to see a movie,
Gone with the
you
Wind
went
came
and saw
out
Gone with the Wind.
for like about 8 months to a year afterwards. People had nothing else to watch than Gone with the Wind.
Yeah,
And
Gone with
so
the
people-
Wind's pretty good, am I right?
Right. I mean, like, back then, it was like, it was the only thing you could watch. You couldn't watch anything.
Yep.
Hello, everyone.
I
It's
saw
very
what you
impressive.
did there after.
Welcome to
Hey,
the
hey, everybody,
Filmography
welcome
Podcast.
welcome to the Bionicle Podcast.
Yeah.
How's it going?
Right, I know, right? Hey.
Welcome
What's
to the
going
Bionicle Podcast, where we talk about Bionicles.
That would be so much better if there was a visual to that, just you picking up the Lego pieces. Bionicles is like full out your hand. You're like
okay, you can
staring
envision it
like
quite
derangedly at the camera, like Bionicles.
Yeah, I can already imagine the face he'd make.
He starts eating them and the bricks fall out his mouth.
Hey, no. I've said this many times on my reviews. Do not eat the pieces.
Okay.
But LJ, you also said they're spicy, and I like spicy.
Yummy.
Okay, fine, an exception.
You also said a bunch of other things that weren't true, like the recent
My
reviews
God.
will be done soon, guys.
We are kicking this episode off.
Wow.
Wow!
Or like, I don't know if it's the 20th anniversary of the Lego system or the Bionicle system or whatever. you said.
Okay, in my defense,
guys.
that was very late, and I apologized for that.
It's like the 6th anniversary of
I gotta kick the tar out of you.
Oh, man, now you're just trying.
Now you're
Man,
just-
what happened?
now-
What did I
that's
do?
just
Okay.
cruel.
It's like I walked past someone's house on the sidewalk,
You were
and
born,
they came
that's
out
what
of their house to
No,
say,
wait,
"Get
listen.
off my property."
Listen, Elder, you always pretend like, I'm just a normal bystander here.
Well,
I don't know
mean,
what's
it's like-
happening. but
I
you
like to
instigate
see
a
every
lot.
episode
I
as a
don't make
blank.
any mistakes.
I like to
You know-
see every episode as a blank slate, and then it's like a dog pile,
There you
like
go.
I
football.
really love bashing on LJ, And I would like it if we could allow our viewers and our audience to also be able to bash an LJ. But to do that, they kind of have to know who LJ is.
So LJ's like a pinata to our own little TTV party, basically.
Oh my god, Viper, you ruined my transition!
Yeah.
I'm going to strangle you!
Viper, come on.
Yay!
Good job, Bar. I appreciate that transition.
Hey, wait, so Viper's here. Who else is here? No, I'm just
I'm messing.
I'm Barteran.
I'm LJ.
I'm Kahi.
I'm Venom.
I'm Viper.
And I'm Takuma Nuva.
And once more, this is TTV, episode 181. Without further ado, let's kick off the fun. But first, plugs.
Here at TTV, we like to have fun, and we all get along really nice. Like Viper, I swear.
Viper,
We like to
you
have
and-
fun.
I guess Viper, you and Van became really good friends over the past week because you took Var's transition and handed it to Ven on a silver platter. That was spectacular.
She's secretly, Ben's been paying her off. She's like, all right, Viper, just talk over Var.
Yeah, we're
I'll
doing
take
like
care of the
under
rest."
table dealings. Like, look,
Just
Ben,
completely
I know you want to
ignore.
screw over Var in the public eye, so we're going to be working together.
Just completely ignore everything
Well,
Var
I mean-
says, like usual.
Huh?
Var, you're not the only one, you know.
No, I am the only one that ever says anything useful that gets ignored. That's what happens.
Yeah, see, that's where you're wrong.
Oh, yeah? Really? Is it where I'm wrong, then?
It's underwear. You're wrong. So anyway, moving on to
Yeah,
Meso,
underwear, by the way,
Meso,
guys.
Hey, what's new?
We're promoting underwear, everybody. Go to underwear.com/TTV channel.
Wait,
JK, we're not doing that.
Get your own, your lovers.
Calvin Klein.
Yeah, I mean, it is almost Valentine's Day. We
We're
really
getting
should
sponsored
Okay,
by Calvin
whoa.
Klein.
get a Calvin Klein sponsorship up in here.
Yes.
LJ's gonna be modeling it all.
Yeah!
Highly protest.
Then you know fans will buy it then.
I
like,
said
my
I was
elders
gonna
like-
do it. Why does everybody steal my ideas? That's all you people do.
Oh,
You
no.
ignore me and steal my ideas.
Hey guys,
Ben's gone.
I gotta say, man, it's really good seeing all you beautiful people out there watching this podcast episode. I'm really glad that you're watching this episode. But I gotta say, if you're watching this on YouTube, you are a week behind. What are you doing with yourself? What are you doing with your life? You're a disappointment to me, your family, to everybody.
Man, I didn't come here, like, from my family telling me I was a disappointment just to hear it on YouTube.
Yeah, I
Sheesh.
didn't come here to record a podcast just for you to not listen to it when it comes out. Come on, what are you doing?
Isn't
No.
that the point of podcast?
Here's what we're gonna do, okay? You, lovely audience member, are gonna go over to Vessel.com/the TTV channel and check us out in Vessel, because guess what? Whenever we make a podcast episode, we upload it straight to Vessel, right as it's released, right on time, when everything is still relevant and fresh and new, and you get access to that for free. You can watch our podcast in Vessel for free and hear all of our beautiful voices as they've been, well, not as they've been recorded, but about a day after we've been recorded. Instead of, that little crummy old YouTube with all the fine bros copyright stuff going on. You don't want to go there.
Ooh.
Don't want to go there. That's 2 weeks delayed. Oh, don't go there. Go to Vessel. And, while you're on it, you might as well, spend a couple bucks, maybe $3, and pay for Vessel Early Access, and you can access all of our videos a week in advance.
Do you know how low of a price that is? It's like the price of a pencil. It's great.
It's like the price of a pencil.
Price of the most expensive
We're going
pencil
back to the
ever.
pencil thing.
I like a mechanical pencil.
Who doesn't have $3 just lying around in their wallet?
$3 is like free to me.
Yeah, $3 is practically free! And that's not an excuse for you to go out and pirate all of our videos, because that would be really mean.
And then we have to copyright our brand and our format.
Oh yeah, no to trademark everything.
Copyright podcasts.
I'd feel
Yeah.
a little
So, yeah.
flattered if people were like out there torrenting our podcast.
That would actually... No, I don't want people to do that, because I would that means I'm not making money off of my creation, which makes me sad.
I know.
But... with that said, it is a little flattering to have your content pirated on the internet.
Just a little bit.
That
but
just means
not
people
enough.
want it.
It's
Not
like
enough to matter. But
not
Not
enough.
enough,
Yeah,
yeah.
right. It's not enough to actually
it's like that
offset
feeling
pirating.
you get when you get your first letter of hate mail. It's like people care about me enough to hate me.
I
Like,
remember.
wow, I really
I might
struck
get
a
a big
nerve with these
time.
people.
I got haters.
That's how you know you're popular. People hate you.
Yeah.
But anyway, guys.
Just look at LJ.
Oh man, I
I
was
was about
born
to say.
popular.
That was vessel.com/the TTV channel. Check that out. When you pay for early access, you can access not only our channel, but all the content creators on vessel.com with their early access subscriptions. Some of them have 24-hour early access for like news, content updates, that kind of thing. Other people have week-long access like us for special cool creative projects, that kind of thing. You can find channels like Red and Link, Epic Mealtime, all kinds of stuff on vessel.com
Recently,
with Vessel
Channel
early
Awesome.
access. Channel
Wait,
Awesome moved over to Vessel.
Really?
I did not know that.
They are there.
And that's you can get Nostalgia Critic.
Okay, maybe we
they-
can do
they
a crossover
legitimately-
now. They don't like
Okay.
YouTube. We don't like YouTube. We can both agree on something.
Band under mutual
The
distaste for
Nostalgia
YouTube.
Critic reviews The Mask of Light. We'll contact him. We got to do it.
Honestly, man, dude, Nostalgia Trick, he's like OG stuff. So that's what made him move over, all the YouTube stuff.
Probably all the YouTube stuff. I imagine so.
Man.
Yeah, because there's
That's
a lot
great.
of YouTube stuff.
All right.
Like real talk here. Not even advertising Vessel at this point. Like I don't care if you get. Well, I mean, I care if you go over or not. Just, like, at this point, if you've decided you're not going to go or you're going to go, you've already made your decision. Okay.
Yeah.
So real talk here. YouTube is awful.
Oh, well, recently, yeah.
Horrible.
It is really bad.
What's been going on recently has been just a non-stop torrent
like-
of like
It's been
negativity.
pretty terrifying,
Man.
actually, because, you know, people work their way up from the ground on YouTube. It's a tough place, tough competition and things like that. And then, you know, you get ruined by YouTube and its abusable system.
Yep.
Can we
I hate
talk
everything.
about
the
like
YouTube channel got taken down, and then it came back, and then there was the
Yeah.
whole Fine Brothers fiasco, and then Channel Awesome's been having stuff they're having to
Right.
deal with.
we should probably mention that for those who don't know, Channel Awesome, which is the channel that the Nostalgia Critic's on, alongside like people like Angry
Yeah.
Joe. I'm trying to think.
Angry
who else.
Joe? Joe's in there too?
Shadows,
No.
Linkara.
Angry Joe's
Linkara-
is
no.
always targeted.
Angry Joe is
I
part
mean,
of
like,
Channel Awesome.
yeah, I
Yeah,
didn't
it
realize he
is.
was part of Channel Awesome. I mean,
It was Angry Joe.
Yeah, he is.
Angry Joe.
He's-
He's a video
he's
game
Joe,
reviewer.
that's
Popular people,
angry.
yeah.
Angry
Some
Joe.
dumb
he's a game reviewer.
Yeah, he's a game reviewer. But yeah, anyhow, they their channel got they got a copyright strike. But oddly enough, YouTube also took away all their monetization, which is kind of bad because that's how they make their money. It's off monetization of their stuff. So YouTube just shut that down. That's not supposed to happen when you have a copyright strike. They sent several letters. They sent several emails to people from YouTube. No answer. So he had to
Yeah.
make a video and say, hey, you know, this kind of thing happened. But he brought up an important point. He said, hey, Channel Awesome, like Nostalgia Critic, he's been around forever. He's one of the OG internet reviewer skit people. He's been around since
Forever.
since I started.
Honestly, like the oldies,
So-
as far as content creation, like internet content, Rooster Teeth, Channel
Yeah.
Awesome. They're the
Right.
two big names that are
Right.
still around.
They're
making
still
content.
around. Like Homestar Runner was big, but he doesn't do stuff nowadays.
Yeah, it does.
So, did he really?
He does. He's not as big as he used to
not
be.
as big
Yeah,
as
yeah.
it used to be, but yeah, he's definitely been putting out videos.
But
Oh,
to
I
be fair,
didn't
he had
know
that really long hiatus.
He
where
did.
didn't do
Yeah.
He had a huge hiatus when he didn't do
People
anything.
these days
Basically,
have no idea what Teen Girl Squad is. Or
Yeah,
Trogdor.
Oh my gosh.
strong bad email.
I forgot about that.
Anyhow, the point is he was saying is that if it can happen to us, because we've been around for so long, if it can happen to us, it can happen to any one of you guys. I mean, who aren't nearly as famous. We're nowhere near the level the Nostalgia Critic is. That frightens me to death. That
Yeah, the
this
fact
can
that
happen.
people
Not-
that have been
not-
around for
Because,
such a
the
long
only
time.
reason he was able to get his stuff back is because he's popular enough to make a video, and then everybody responded. All his fans
Yeah.
were like, "Hey, what
us,
happened?"
We are not popular enough to get our channel back.
we're
And
done.
Yeah.
in case anyone's wondering why we're talking about this instead of Bionicle, it's because it is relevant
It's
to our
very
channel because there's a
important.
lot
Yes.
there's a lot of weird going-ons with YouTube, especially lately. I don't know what's happening. Like I Hate Everything got taken down
Yeah.
too.
I
for a
Hate
while.
Everything got completely scrubbed from YouTube, and it was only after he, as well, along with several very big names, made an outcry that he got
Yeah.
his channel completely back. It's been happening to a lot of people. I've been monitoring the situation like a hawk. And like you guys were saying, it is really important for us because the Lego Company is incredibly lenient. They're probably one of the more lenient companies out there when it comes to you using or discussing their content.
Right.
However, it's not necessarily that we're afraid of Lego, and if they ever contacted us, we'd abide. It's that
Yeah,
a
I
lot
think
of
at
this,
this point-
a lot of this is automated. It's not by choice.
Right.
Yeah.
And that was the point Nostalgia Critic was really making in that video is it took him 3 weeks plus to finally talk to a human being
Yeah.
that worked with YouTube to get his channel back and running. That is such a scary thought. And it's not just him. Like I know, like you guys mentioned, it's been happening to a lot of different people. I know a channel that I was following recently, Alternate History Hub.
Oh
he does a lot of history videos. One video I watched in particular, is how I discovered him, was a video he made in a Fallout lore for that game series. But that's basically his job, is uploading videos to YouTube. He makes a video every week, and it's always this big, arduous process. There's like 20-minute long videos, so he puts a lot of work into it. The exact same thing happened to his channel, where monetization was screwed up for his videos, and he could not monetize any of them. So it's like, well, what do? Do you like keep uploading videos and try to fix the monetization in the meantime? Because if you do, you're not going to make any money on those videos. So what do you do?
That is always the
It's a really tough situation to be in, and you can't just like not put anything out there because your audience has no clue what's going on. And it's not like you can just expect everybody that watches your content to like be able to sympathize and understand what is happening, because a lot of people don't really understand monetization, nor do they really care. They just want to see videos.
I got a tweet yesterday. So this is the exact thing. I got a tweet yesterday because I posted up a tweet of me, and it was like, I was commenting on how one of the ads, I was on the boards, and it said, it's a Ruby ad, and I was like, oh, how great is that? So someone tweeted back at me, he's like, oh, you should get ad block, and I was like, why would I stop my own company from making money? Like, this is my site. Why would I put ad block on my site? I make money off this. This is me. It's the thing where people just don't understand that. Yeah, they're like,
they still don't understand that.
A lot of people. I mean, if you're listening right now, a lot of people who enjoy our content will have ad block on when they browse YouTube, and that it's kind of a thing where it's like, I get it. Video ads are annoying, but that also like cuts off all of our. We can't make money off doing this.
Right. The only other way for a content creator to make money would be to sell products to you, which is even more annoying and like intrusive to your experience.
Harder to do. I mean, it's harder to say, hey, just like watch this for like 5 seconds, as opposed to give us $20 so you can get a shirt.
Yeah, like, because we've been selling shirts, and obviously we advertise Vessel and stuff, but those are always optional side things for extra revenue streams. They're never our main source of revenue, and not a lot of people actually do it enough to support it. So it's like, the advertisements are what keeps this channel running.
Yeah.
So when you use stuff like AdBlock, you're really, really hurting channels. Now, usually, it doesn't really affect the bigger channels like the PewDiePies out there, who have enough subscribers and enough viewer base that they can still survive regardless of how many people are using ads. Like, I know PewDiePie actually mentioned that I think 40% of his audience actually uses AdBlock, which is a crazy number.
I know.
It's an insane amount of money he's losing out of.
I mean,
but
listen,
he's still able to sustain himself.
That scale is crazy.
Yeah, if that was the same case for like the smaller channels like us with only 20,000 subscribers or so, that's a detriment.
Yep.
It really hurts small channels like that.
Yeah.
So it's like, a lot of people don't seem to really understand advertising at all, and a lot of people just don't care. Like, I know I watched a video from Rooster Teeth on the Off Topic podcast, and I know Jeff Ramsey was talking about how, like, he would see comments from people who who just did not care, like, at all. They were like, oh, well, I liked your video, but it just wasn't good enough for me to support, or something like that. Or like, for me to turn on ads. Like,
take off ad block. He's like, so if I like your content, then I'll block the ads. It's like, all right.
Yeah, if I like your video, I'll unblock it. Like, oh, come on. It like, he brought up a great point. It's just like, so you can spend all 40 minutes or 20 minutes watching our video, but you can't take that like first 5 seconds of ads.
Right. At the most, it's gonna be 30 seconds at the beginning. Granted, on Vessel, they only do 5-second to 15-second ads. Once in a while, I'll get a 15-second ad, usually just 5 seconds, which is a great way to do advertising. Personally, I feel like the way Vessel does advertising is great, because 5 seconds. Normally, like, I think everyone can endure turning off ad block for a 5-second ad.
Well, the reason I really like Vessel is because I feel like they're better about having the ads there without it like messing with the experience, especially like using the mobile app. I really enjoy like kind of scrolling through the platform and then like having that kind of ad sort of roll past. It looks nice, it's pleasant to look at, and it doesn't feel like it's intruding on the experience or anything, because you can just scroll right past it. Right. But you still get that commission on it, so it's nice.
To be fair, I'm probably the only person on this planet who actually likes this. I actually like advertisements Like, even at the cinema and things like that, I just like sitting and watching them.
It feels like you're getting the full experience.
Yeah, right.
I really do
And
too.
also,
I like
gives me
watching
time
commercials.
to like do stuff quickly.
See, and the one thing like I noticed is like a lot of websites actually like kind of format their design a little bit so that there's a specific place where they're going to place an ad, and you can tell like that's where the ad is supposed to be. Whenever you have ad block on, at least for me, and I see that, I'm like, oh, this is weird. It looks like the website looks incomplete or something. It's because it is.
Yeah.
They designed it with the intent of an ad going there. Like IGN does this, where they've got like their background that has like, that kind of merges with the ad to try to make it a bit more interactive and that kind of thing. If you have ad block on it, you don't get that experience. So their website feels less complete because of it.
Yep.
Right.
So I don't like having ad block on personally myself.
I mean, I get why people have it on. There's a lot of places where.
I understand it.
Yeah,
I
mean,
disable
ads
it
are
on certain. I go on a case by case basis. Honestly,
I kind
Yeah,
of
same
do
here.
too. As much as I talked before about like people who will be like they'll never turn it off. I do have a whitelist of sites that I have. Like I do Rooster Teeth. I have Channel Awesome. I have our site. I have YouTube whitelisted. But a lot of the other sites I will keep ad block on. And,
And I mean, it makes sense. Like ads used to be incredibly annoying.
well,
They
I
used to be
mean,
all over the
They
place.
still are in
there
a lot
used
of
to be,
cases.
you know, like back in the day where like pop-ups are everywhere. I was listening to this podcast of the guy who used to run the #1 Britney Spears fan site. It was $15 CPM for one of those clicks. That's why pop-ups were everywhere back then, because you would make a crap ton of money. You would make so much money. $15 CPM, like that's crazy now. Like how much we make? Like what?
We make an undisclosed
91
amount,
cents?
but yeah. So we're installing the pop-ups now. This was our way of announcing
Basically,
that.
it. That's our announcement.
dude,
We're
I know how to
installing
make
pop-ups.
pop-ups.
You heard it here
I know
first,
how to.
folks.
I know how to
Getting in
make
on
very
this.
intrusive pop-ups if I really wanted to.
Ouch.
That is the channel forefront. Sorry about that. That was a really long channel discussion.
TTV talks about ads. Thank you for
Yeah.
listening.
Oh yeah, that's basically it.
Could have done it.
Man,
But it is important, though, especially
It is important.
for us having the majority of our audience on YouTube, which we would love
Yep.
to have on Bissell. Wink, wink,
People
nudge,
need to be
nudge.
aware of these things.
But yeah, one really great way to get a video taken down if you're talking about Lego, illegal content. So
oh yeah, like leaks.
yeah. So if that's why we
It's a
took them out.
Yeah, pretty much.
Another way to have your videos taken down or get copyright claims is by having music that you created that apparently someone else decided to copyright claim.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah, don't get me started. Anyway, can we move on to Bionicle stuff?
Yes, let's talk about Bionicle.
Let's go to the happy place.
But before we continue on, like I know we have some stuff on the docket today for Bionicle. Something messed up that I think you forgot. We did get a cover for the next graphic novel. It's coming our way in a few months.
Okay, yeah, I did forget it. New cover, it looks ugly. So anyway, we're moving on.
Nice,
The
nice.
rest of the news.
You know, that's I think you're just Lewi'ist.
Leo looks really dumb. I think this cover looks questionable.
I haven't even seen the cover. Alright,
There it
thank
is.
you.
Yeah,
Robot check.
You read my mind.
I
I
like
don't-
it.
I don't see what's wrong with it.
It's confusing.
Battle of the
Batu-
Mask Maker.
Batu looks like Kylo Ren.
Yep.
I'm
ready to like how they talk drop to some real Bahadu's mask.
Got like the weird long face and
Leo's got like
looks
this huge
ridiculous.
round chin. It's like
For some reason.
Hey, what's
a
wrong
lot
with
bigger.
round chins, Meso?
Yeah, Meso.
They're trying to do a
I am
perspective thing.
personally offended.
I'm personally offended for her.
Dang
I don't
right.
know. I feel like this cover is stylized enough in a good way. I don't think it looks bad or anything. I think the characters here, like, obviously they're bigger, they're bulkier, they're a little shaped, they're differently shaped. But I think it works. It looks nice.
Is it a different
I
artist?
think it looks alright.
No, same artist.
No, it's the same artist from the last one.
Huh.
I
Well, something
prefer,
looks
I
different
prefer
here.
the first cover, but this one isn't bad. I like
Well,
this.
something
There was a
should
first
look
cover?
different.
Yeah, there was like another cover, wasn't there? There was
The-
another graphic novel.
Yeah, the first
Yep.
graphic novel.
Yeah,
Oh, you
the
mean for the
first
first
one.
graphic novel?
Yeah.
I thought you meant there was
Yeah,
like
sorry.
an original
Like an
concept for the
alternate
second one or
cover.
something. Yeah.
That'd be kind of cool if we saw
concept.
some stuff like that. Concept art.
Excuse me. Although I do wonder actually just now noticed that the 3 Toa on this cover are the ones that weren't on the first one.
See,
Yeah, but
it's kind of...
I do wonder why we're still looking at the 2015 Toa when this is releasing in 2016.
Yeah, the reason
That's a
for
good
that is
point.
because this is
Because
covering...
Lego's too slow.
Well,
quite
Too
slow.
slow,
there's a good reason
Lego.
for that. It's because the focus of this graphic novel is going to be based in the past, almost exclusively from what we know. It's going to be talking about the brothers Makuta and Akimu.
Sounds to me
So-
like this would have been a good thing to release in December, and the first graphic novel should have been in August. That's what I think.
Well, we won't know until we read it.
Just
yeah.
saying.
So
think
I
that's
feel
what
like
you
just
say a
always
lot
have
of
something to
things in that
criticize.
song.
It's
Yeah,
just
Messo's-
like, by
Mess
the
has
time
been
we
such a
actually get
critic.
around to covering the 2016 story in graphic novel format, it'll be like summer.
yeah, I wish we had a TV show to do that for us.
Maybe if
I see
Lego
what
did
you
spend
did.
all their time molding golden masks. Could've made a
Messo,
Oh my gosh,
just
Messo.
let him have it. Just let him have this, okay?
See,
Just-
my thing is like you don't even know if those things even correlate at all.
I'm sure they
Messo,
don't. I'd
you're
like to point
complaining
them
about
to
stuff
positive
you
they
have
don't.
no idea about.
No idea.
It's from an
You have
outside,
no idea
from an
about.
outsider's perspective.
Yes,
yes,
it's
it's
very
It's a
accurate.
cool
So,
graphic novel. I'm looking forward to it.
I'm looking
Quite
forward to
honestly,
it. Yeah.
I was just gonna say, at this point, I'm looking forward to figuring out how they go from the 2015 Toa to the 2016 Toa. What causes the
point.
transition to the new forms?
Ikimu built them stuff. The end.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, that could quite possibly be it.
I'm serious,
But I
that's
just
gonna
want
be
to
it.
know,
Yeah,
for sure.
That's what it's gonna be.
But I'm not going to accept you as a reliable source, Messo, especially given your track record.
I believe it was
idea.
already
It's a really
stated
good idea.
somewhere, but
I don't recall that.
Don't trust me
I
on
thought
that.
you were gonna call him a piece of trash for a second.
No,
since you're
Messo
trash,
isn't
Messo.
trash.
Trash.
Messo's not trash.
Messo's just
Filth.
trash.
He's filth.
Filth.
No, wait, Kahi's filth. Messo's
Just gotta
dirt.
sweep him under the
I'm
rug.
having trouble keeping
Pretend
all
he's
these
not
straight.
there.
What did I do? Good grief!
You
It's like
spoiled
you're just
everything.
taking pot shots.
No,
people now.
Kahi, I called you filth like 6 months ago in an episode. I don't remember anymore.
Exactly. What's up?
Wait. So
Can't you
so
just-
Messo's dirt. He's filth. What am I? What's everybody else?
No,
I'll figure it out
No,
later.
no.
Right now I'm trying to remember why it was I called Kahi filth.
no, I have a
months ago.
story. So Kai's
Oh, no, here we
walking and he sees a homeless person. He wants to take pee, and this homeless person
punch him.
recognizes Kai, and he's like, "Keep your change, you filthy animal."
Great A story.
Fun fact, it's what I also said to Obama. Hey, yo, no political discussion in the podcast. So let's move on.
Wow, is that racist? I think that was racist. You just called Obama a filthy animal.
No, I said, well, maybe.
Well, he said
Nice.
Wow. Already.
So now you know.
I was going for the specific thing, like
I was
change.
focusing on the change. That was
Yeah.
my thing, is like keeping
Change.
yourself to change.
Sure, Kai.
That's what I got out of it.
But, sure.
I'll tell you what
Racist.
Ven
I think
is.
that was racist. I should be offended right now.
Kahi,
Ven
you may be
is,
filth, but I understand you sometimes.
Ven is grime.
Grime.
Grime?
No.
Excuse you.
It sounds like we're trying to
No, I
name
like
our
that.
own
No, I think
thing of
that's good. I
action
think that's good.
figures.
I'm
Ven is
slime.
Messo's
Ven is-
lime
no.
scale.
You're not a moderator
What?
on the boards, Vin.
Lime scale.
Lime scale. What the heck is lime scale?
It's basically if you have hard water, it's the build-up that shows up on like your
People have
taps,
never
your
heard of
showers.
what is
things like that.
Really?
What is hard water?
Well, there's hard water and there's soft
Water that hasn't been softened.
It's ice
Yeah.
hard water.
What does that mean?
Well, it just
water.
has more lime.
You cannot
it
be
has more lime.
serious right now.
It has more what?
Here,
I don't know what it's called, but
Viper.
there's stuff in
Viper.
it, more stuff in it that causes lime
Viper
scale.
here.
So I'm guessing like
Viper,
lime scale.
Viper, I got this for you. It's water that
Thanks.
has stuff in it, like sand or
Oh,
Yeah,
or
yeah, okay,
stuff
that's
like
that's
that.
a better.
Ice
Well,
hard
You
Dilute-
keep
diluted
saying
water.
more
Say
things that don't make sense.
I'm sorry.
Never heard of hard water?
stuff in the
you
hard
not have
water.
water?
heard of Flippy Floppy? Well, what do you think? It's got the.
Do you not have
It's
a
got the
water
loppy
softener
and the
in your
loppy.
house?
It's got the loppy,
What about
and then
the
you put. There's
squeezy
more
squeezer?
loppy than there are Steinreich.
What is going on?
Who doesn't
you
have
sounded
water
like.
softener in their house?
I don't know, man.
Wait, what?
Oh boy.
So
Stool
back to
softener?
Bionicle.
Water softener.
I don't know what that is. What is it? Water?
I've never heard of water softener.
How can
Never
you
heard
not
of
have
the
heard of a
squishy
water
squisher?
softener? Is there not one
What
in
does
your
it
house?
do? What do you do?
I
It
think
softs
water is
off
pretty
water.
Water
soft.
softener is another word for a heater. Because
Why is
when
it
you
called
like,
soften,
when-
though? What are you softening?
Why don't we? You know what?
It's not like you go to bed in a sheet of water.
When you're
Hold
turning
on.
on
Soften
the
my
heater, you
brain.
then melt the ice. But in this case, you
Let's-
soften
I
the
just
water.
want to revel in this fact that there are people here who don't understand the basic concept of hard and soft water.
It doesn't make any sense. Why would you call it hard?
Hard water is water that hasn't been treated and still has like a high
Well,
content of like
I understand.
trace
I understand.
minerals and stuff.
I understand.
It
I
goes through
understand
the
because
water
LJ
softener. It takes
LJ
out a
already
lot of that
explained
excess
this.
stuff. I don't care.
LJ
I'm
already
explaining
explained
it
this
anyway.
like
Shut
5
up.
minutes ago.
Yeah, it's
It
not
was
a new
five,
concept.
like literally
Okay.
5
When you don't
minutes ago.
take,
it was already
when you
explained.
don't
Why
soften the
don't?
water, you leave all those minerals and stuff in there. Then when it gets on your bathtub and your shower walls
Listen,
and stuff, the buildup.
No
creates
one's
the lime
saying
scale.
that the process of softening or hardening water doesn't make any sense. What I have an issue with is why it is called hard water and soft water. That's a stupid phrase, a stupid thing to call it. Anyway, let's move on to Bionicle.
I think
Because
water,
there's stuff in the water that hardens on your surfaces.
So
I
real
think water
fast.
hurts.
Yes,
But before we move on completely,
Okay, Wicked
one,
Witch of the West.
I think we should call it tender water. And two, does a toa of water
Tender
produce
water? I don't
hard
think that's
or
legal
soft
tender in
water?
any-
Golly 2015 is soft
listen,
water.
I-
Golly 2016 is hard water.
Okay,
No,
that is-
I think
that
Golly
is- wow.
G1
Wow.
could. I mean, couldn't they control liquid protodermis? I would say that's hard water. Protodermis is
Well,
mixed in with the,
I wouldn't
the water.
necessarily say that's the case because in funny
be a
enough,
hard
in Gen 1,
protodermis and soft
protodermis
protodermis?
was treated. So,
Right, but it's not water. It's very obviously something else other than water. It's liquid
Did they
protodermis.
drink protodermis?
Yeah,
Yes.
see, the whole thing
I
with
think
prodermis
drink.
is really interesting. It's like
they
It's
do.
like
Yeah.
minerals.
Wait, why do they need to drink
Gotta make
it?
that delicious protodermis milkshake.
Do they don't eat though, right? So why would they
They do.
drink?
well, they absorb
they
energy.
do?
Don't, like,
They absorb
shoot
it through their
if-
hands. They absorb
It's
like,
like osmosis.
food.
Well, not osmosis.
Well, scacti.
No,
Do they
more like-
absorb the protodermis through their hands?
The
then?
Proc
No,
would
no, no,
probably
they
drink
drink
it
it.
with like straws, but like the Toa would probably absorb it. Yeah.
They drink it with straws. Okay. Well, so
That's not canon.
If they eat through their hands, why
Right.
would they drink through their mouths?
Listen, does this make any sort of sense? No. No. Bionicle does not make sense. Why? Okay? There's no... I don't know why they eat through... Why don't they eat like normal people? I don't know. They have
Why do they
mouths.
eat all? They're robots.
Because they only like eating the weird ones.
Listen, they do have parts of their body
Eat
that's
with
organic.
their hands.
Yeah,
Dude,
they
like-
like absorb the
Like,
energy
if you-
from it.
They grab like a fruit and they just absorb the fruit through their
Okay,
hands.
listen.
It just instantly gets turned into energy.
Yeah,
How does,
so
a,
there's
how,
no
does,
waste.
how does a red blood cell get energy?
Okay, a blood cell doesn't it get energy from...
Because it's not like your red blood cells eat.
Could they absorb
So, I mean,
hard
absorbs the
water
ox-
or would like the
As it
minerals
passes
get
through
like...
the lungs,
No.
it
Okay,
absorbs
isn't it?
the
Don't they like?
oxygen and
Aren't
deposits
red
the
blood
carbon
cells keep
dioxide.
like replenished basically? So they just flow around in your bloodstream and then like
Did you
when
not
they exhaust,
watch
and
Magic
no,
School Bus?
They carry oxygen.
Oh my god.
Magic scoop.
They carry oxygen. That's
Wait,
there we
what?
go.
Right, they carry so like they don't actually eat anything, right?
So
they
if
don't,
like a
they just
Matorn
kinda-
is eating pudding,
Go on.
No, but what doesn't matter? It doesn't make any sense for a Matorn to eat though.
Go on.
no, not necessarily eating. but you
They
said
do have
eat
organic
through their
components.
hands, right? So if a Matorn's
Saying
about to
they
eat some pudding,
eat through their hands
I mean,
was
it's
maybe
just-
a miswording. I would say
But
that they
listen.
absorbed they consumed the energy.
so does that mean that
Why?
if I presented a Matorn with some pudding, you could just absorb it through like his fingertips?
Yes.
because
Well,
Matorn
no.
don't-
Listen,
Yeah,
Matorn
that
don't
come
put
out of
their
the
You
pudding.
shouldn't have any pudding to
pudding
begin
would
with.
be
Listen,
more liquid. I feel like it would be like you put it in a bowl and they would absorb the bowl too.
why are they eating?
Protodermis
They're mononuclear
pudding.
cells.
But then
If anyone is going to be
wanna
eating,
know
No,
how
you know
they
what?
would eat
anyone-
That's true though. Can they eat stuff that's like not edible for us? Could you give them like a blood?
Like
Like
hard
if they
water.
were
I
trapped,
I don't think they
if they were
prepare
trapped in
their
a
food. I
prison
think it's
cell,
just
could
they
they
walk
eat
up
Look,
through the
let's
bark?
just
of
all
Bolo tree,
agree
pull
that
one
this
up
is
and
very confusing, and even
No,
though
no,
that's
hold on.
this is
Takuma.
very confusing, and
You're
that's
ignoring the issue.
That's
The
just-
only one eating is Matanui. Matanui eats things.
The
to
Gatorian
put-
eat. The
to
Agori
to
eat.
put.
I've never
I know.
heard of
That's
the
what I'm
giant spirit
saying.
robot
That
eating
doesn't
anything.
make any
Great
sense.
No, you're
It
right.
doesn't make any sense. The Matoran are Matanui cells. So if anyone's going to be
And
eating
the
anything,
city
it would be
is
Matanui.
his brain. Why are you trying to rationalize this?
Look, this is all very confusing, and that's just
Kuma,
putting it
okay,
mildly.
what you're saying,
Listen,
though,
it's easy to
you're thinking with the
rationalize.
energy.
I saw Osmosis Jones. The thing is, it doesn't make
yeah.
any sense for these characters to eat. Matanui eats. The energy is transplanted into the rest of his body. How do
At
cells...
what point did Matanui eat
no,
anything?
no.
I know! It doesn't make any sense. It's what I'm trying to say!
So
Okay, listen,
because
you're
one thing
right.
is already not making
But
sense,
not
you
right.
decide that the other thing not making sense is impossible.
Yes!
You're looking at the,
Exactly!
remember, the
I just
Matanui
want to know
not
how
eating
Matorn
is...
eat pudding!
They don't! That's what I'm saying!
No!
Matanui,
You're not listening to me!
it's a metaphor. He doesn't actually transfer any energy to the Matorn. The Matorn
Well, then
have
how
to,
do they
like...
get Matorn then? I mean, how do they...
Metaphor.
That doesn't
at
make
one
any
point,
sense.
At
That
one
doesn't
point,
make any
Matanui
sense.
is in a coma
Matanui
for
has
like
to
1,000
transfer
years.
energy somehow. That doesn't
Matanui
make any
is in a
sense at
coma
all.
for 1,000 years. All the Matorn from
I
Matanui
know,
are on top of his
which
face.
is why everyone should be dead.
What
Guys,
exactly
No
would
energy got
Matanui
into the
eat?
Matanui robot.
Guys,
It really does make no sense because like they can't. What Takuma's saying, that can't happen because if you can just transform matter into energy, they could really just absorb anything. Like they could just grab a rock and eat the rock because they're just turning it into energy.
you know,
But they don't.
Yeah, but that's not how that works.
Yeah, that's not how
think-
that works. They
I
don't
think
have that
we're-
power. Matorn don't have the power to just melt
Okay,
stuff with their
Vargran,
hands.
here's what's going on. The way Matanui works is if, let's say, you didn't eat, but instead you had a strawberry patch buried somewhere within your intestines, and every once in a while your cells just ran over to the strawberry patch and absorbed the energy from it, almost
So
like an
every
internal
single
kind of
cell,
silly.
You
Every
never
single
actually
cell in my
physically
body,
eat, but you're still getting the benefits of eating because
Right,
it's just
right.
every single cell in
your
my body
your
congregated on this
sustenance
one
is,
patch.
like coming from within.
Yeah, I know, but how do you power that substance?
Yeah, what is that patch? Where did that come from?
Where did
How
that come
get
from?
there?
How
grows.
does that keep healthy?
It doesn't just grow.
Listen,
We don't just grow a patch of sustenance.
You
That's
can't.
not how that works.
It's not like you can't put a replenishable mine like a video game inside your stomach or
You're
something.
it's
It has
probably
to
like
come from somewhere.
photosynthesis where you're absorbing sunlight. And that gets turned into the strawberry patch.
But
in
there
your
is no
lung.
sun.
sunlight because
glucose, yeah.
Matanui is buried inside of an island or inside of an ocean. So he's not getting any
He had a
sunlight.
face with a bunch of trees on it. There's your photosynthesis.
Oh,
Wait,
huh.
is that powering his entire body?
I'm not
we
sure it
just
is,
go?
but
Can we just skip
no.
Can we ask
Takuma,
Greg?
you brought up a great.
Greg,
that is
listen.
a great point.
Yeah, let's ask Greg.
Listen, you guys are putting
I
putting too much effort into this.
Oh my gosh,
debate.
what's it with you and pudding?
I
You
really
broke
like...
Takuma.
Shut up!
Shut up!
So I really like pudding.
I don't know why you guys are trying to halt this completely
Yeah,
fine
this
conversation.
This is a perfectly good discussion. I
Hey,
don't know
okay,
why.
I'm
guys,
not trying to stop
Takuma
it,
just
I'm just
wanted to
saying-
spread awareness for a Matorn universe he was very
Yes.
excited about. Okay?
Yes.
Okay,
See,
it just-
Aldo,
okay.
don't put
Stands
words
me.
in my mouth.
TTV 181 hard pudding.
Ew.
You gotta put something in your mouth to sustain your cells.
No, you don't.
Apparently
You're
not
an
if you're a
IV.
Matoran.
Listen, but no. Okay, so your idea though, that the Matanui Island on top of his face
Right.
could produce photosynthesis
I was
because there are
just
plant life there.
spitballing. That wasn't
I know.
an actual theory.
I know, but
You're taking it way
the
too
thing-
seriously.
The thing is, that is a great response, though, and you just don't seem to realize it. And I'm trying to make you realize it because that just answered all the
I
questions.
know fully well of my intelligence. I just don't want to dwell on it.
Apparently,
any
you
longer.
don't. Apparently, you're smarter than you think you are. Listen,
Wow.
it makes sense now.
That's one heck of a compliment.
Photosynthesis.
Looks like someone's
right
being
there
caught up
on
in
his
a dream.
face. That is how Matanui is getting his energy, and that's how he's able to support all the Matoran life forms and all the
How
life
is he
forms in his
transferring the
body.
energy to the Matorn?
Okay, but that's a good point. Okay, yeah.
They
How
go-
is he
it
transferring
goes
the
down
energy to the
through his
Matoran?
pores into his brain.
But it doesn't make any sense that the Matoran are able to just absorb anything. That
Yeah.
still hasn't
still
hasn't
not.
been answered.
Right.
You know
Like,
what
why
else
does a
hasn't
Matoran
been
need to
an-
eat?
I mean,
answered?
okay, what could happen is that, like,
How does
Matanui
a cell
uses a
get
form
energy?
of nuclear fusion with the red star, because the red star is, even though it had something inside it, is still a star. It's still like
I was
this
gonna say,
blazing
issue
star.
is that-
Wasn't
So it
the
could
red
have
issue is
star
that
all
fusion.
supposed to be like some sort of power source?
Yeah,
red star's not part
no, like a jetpack. Wasn't it supposed to be like a jetpack?
Yeah, but I thought it was... I forget what all it was capable of.
Listen, the issue is that none of us paid attention in biology classes. That's what the issue
Well, okay,
is.
no. Here's what I would surmise. All right. So the Matoran function by wireless charging. We don't have that technology now, but presumably the great beings did. We can charge stuff wirelessly.
We're
So
getting
if
really
what
close,
you're
though.
saying, We are getting really close. I'm really excited. So what Takuma was saying could work. So Madanui is a giant robot. Even though I guess when he was new and shiny, his panels would act as reflective solar panels. And when he would be flying through space with the red star, he would absorb that and then he would wirelessly charge on the Matoran. And then when he goes under, observes other worlds, he uses photosynthesis to keep up with the Matoran charging. The only thing that stops that from actually making sense is that Madanui's systems are all shut down when the Great Cataclysm happens. Even though there's photosynthesis going up, I don't know if he could still, function. And if not, that at the end of Bionicle, Madanui is completely destroyed. So wireless charging is no longer a thing. The Matoran should have all died.
So what
as well
if,
as any other race in the Matoran universe. So
idea.
at the end of Bionicle, everybody dies? That's not
I'm down.
Tori Gotorian?
So how's about this? First of all, I love how we can't ever talk about Generation 2 without having an absolutely in-depth, full-length discussion about Generation 1.
It is pretty funny.
So any fans that were not here...
Did we even touch on Gen 2 yet?
Not aside from the cover. So any fans that were not here for 2001 to 2010, sorry. But what about this? So, Madanui Robot, it's in sleep mode. It has the photosynthesis going.
Okay.
But the Matoran being...
What is sleep mode? What is sleep
No,
mode?
I don't think he's in sleep mode. I think all Madanui's systems were shut down.
Weren't they? When he crashed, no, he's in sleep mode. Because
no, you're right, yeah.
The virus caused him to go to sleep.
No.
It didn't kill him.
No, he was just in a coma.
He's just in a coma, yeah.
He's in a
because
coma.
at the Kingdom, remember when the Ignika dies in the Kingdom alternate universe, then every system in Madanui actually shuts down. They have to evacuate everybody to the
That's not what
surface.
happened. Motoro didn't use the Ignika on time, and Madanui naturally died.
Yeah, I know, that's what I'm saying. So when his systems shut down, everything inside him shuts down. That's what I'm getting at.
Yeah, exactly. So, let's say in this case, he's in sleep mode, photosynthesis still works, however, the Matoran don't need to consume food. They're not consuming food for them because they're cells. They're doing it for the Madanui robot.
That's not how that works.
That's not how that works at all.
I mean...
Cells still need to get energy.
Yeah,
I mean,
when you eat, LJ, you don't send your cells out to eat for you.
Yeah, your cells don't generate the energy.
What if they're sharing?
They take in the energy that you distribute to them.
Right.
What if that is
your
the
cells
case,
just
then?
distribute it.
What if whatever they are consuming is a byproduct of...
But it came from Madanui, though.
Yeah.
See, the issue is I just don't understand how
Madanui
that
makes
works.
Power.
So I looked up how actual cells get energy. It's through the mitochondria. It's when you ingest.
You mean the mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell?
Hello, everyone. Welcome
Right.
to TTV Biology Lesson Number 1.
Listen, it's
It passes through a membrane.
basically energy, nutrients, and sugar that passes through the membrane of your cell, and it gets absorbed into the cell itself.
Right.
And then that
So,
causes respiration,
semi-permeable
which
membrane
just keeps
is
the
what
cell
that's called,
alive.
I believe, right?
Right. With that said, the basic idea is that the cell absorbs energy from things kind of floating around it. So, this whole concept of the Matoran being able to just eat by absorbing things is not actually that far off.
Yeah.
My issue is...
Well, yes, it is, because remember, conceptually they're cells. They're not actually functioning like cells.
Well, I mean, they are, though.
No, conceptually they are, but they don't function the exact same way.
They are literally an anagram for cells.
I know. Listen, I'm saying that they can't use
How about you listen? He wasn't even finished
a semi-permeable membrane in their hands.
Listen.
That's what I'm saying.
How do you know?
I don't give a crap about that. What I'm saying is, how does the energy that Madanui ingest become just objects for the Matoran to then absorb? What is that process? How does that happen?
Okay, so from what I've read, the Red Star and the Madanui robot actually have basically the same power source. Not the same power source, but two similar power sources. But it doesn't seem to be stated anywhere what those actual power sources are.
And it has
Magic
nuclear
and
fusion.
gold.
There's a nuclear fusion inside the Madanui robot. There's a nuclear fusion core, and there's also a nuclear fusion core, but it disperses outside on the Red Star. That's why it appears as a star. There's
I like
no
how you say
real
these
reason.
things with absolute certainty, Kahi.
Well, I mean, okay, listen. What can you give me another explanation that makes enough sense? Nuclear fusion is how
I'll
the
tell
sun
you
works.
exactly.
Nuclear
what the
fusion
Madanui
is exactly
robot
how
runs
a
off
star
of.
even is lit up.
Don't say
If
Yeah,
you look
exactly.
at the sun, that's nuclear
It is.
fusion.
No, you're
Right.
wrong.
You're wrong.
Well, that's
I'll tell you.
blatantly
I'm
incorrect.
sorry.
I will tell
You're
you.
wrong. The Earth is flat.
I will.
You're wrong. 2
I will
plus
tell
2
you
is 22.
exactly. I'll tell you exactly what the
right,
Manui
Terrence
robot
Howard.
runs off of.
Okay, what?
It's friendship.
Oh my god.
Because
All right,
It
in
runs
the
off
end,
thirsty power.
No,
Takuma-
it runs off
Takuma-
magic and gold.
Takuma would agree.
I don't wanna
Friendship
hear it.
More like
is magic.
farce.
No, I wouldn't.
Isn't it? See, okay, what Var's saying still makes sense. There's no everything that grows in Motunui has to come from somewhere. There has to be one power source that's at least self-sustaining. I'm pretty sure if they use the same power source as Takuma is saying, it's a nuclear fusion core somewhere within Motunui. But that being said, the Matoran absorbing stuff through their hands, we know that they can't always do that because that's not like a power the Matoran have. Because imagine, if you could do that with your hands, you could also melt anything with your hands. Because you're just converting matter into energy. So it has to be a particular form of matter. Or they're not doing it through their hands at all. But isn't that confirmed? Didn't someone say that they eat it through their
Or
hands?
it's just like
The-
not
the
even
ma-
real matter. It's just a bunch of compressed energy that looks like matter because it's so small.
Yeah, the Matoran can eat in 2 different ways,
That-
either absorbing
listen.
it through their hands or physically like a human eating it with
Listen.
their mouths.
Var,
So
I
the
don't
Matoran
think
can eat it with their mouths
doesn't-
too?
Yeah. So Kentoa and Turaga and pretty much anything in the Matoran universe, it's just viewed as a very
hand things-
repulsive act.
The hand thing shouldn't. Why does the hand thing exist? Why not just keep it? I can get it, right? You
I
eat
don't
a
know.
berry, the internal it's digested into the stomach. That's why the stomach's organic, and then
You know-
all that energy is converted.
Do Matorn
Well,
have
it's because it
stomachs?
doesn't. It doesn't make any sense for the Matoran to eat through their mouths or have stomachs.
It does.
'cause they
it
don't.
does.
Well,
They shouldn't have a digestive
Yeah,
system.
They have-
They're
They're
cells.
they're
Basically,
partly no. Listen, Var, you're taking the cell thing too seriously. It's just a metaphor.
That's what they literally are, though.
Then they're not literally cells, though.
They are literally
They
cells.
are not
Okay,
literally
They are
cells.
literally cells
No, they're
inside of
not.
a giant body.
No,
No,
they're
listen. They're metaphorically cells in a giant body. They're not literally cells. They are not like your cells are made up of
humbug, you're
your
wrong.
cells in your body are organic matter. They're not part.
I'm calling shenanigans in this argument,
Dude,
You don't know what you're talking
you
about.
said literally cells.
They are.
They're not literally
yeah,
cells. They're
and you know
figurative
what?
cells.
I definitely
They represent cells. Your cells do not bear Kanohi masks, okay? They're not
Mine do.
like,
Mine
not
are
like
special.
20% organic. And then
You don't know that. You don't know a thing about my body.
your cells are 100%
Yeah,
organic.
I didn't know you personally knew my cells. I didn't know you were on a one-on-one
Oh,
connection
yeah, I
with
had
them.
dinner with some of them. Just so you know.
Y'all are gonna wind up in a cell.
Ooh,
I think the first one to wind up in a cell will probably be you, Takuma.
Yeah.
Just out of
Ooh.
suspicion.
And all you'll have to drink is hard water.
ooh, that's nasty, and it's mixed with chlorine. Ooh,
Yep.
Oh,
that's
so
like
it'll
the
have
worst type of
so it'll
water.
have Splenda in it.
It's like it tastes like water from like a public swimming pool, and you're like, what?
Oh, so diet soda.
Do public swimming pools still exist? I don't think I've ever
Yeah.
seen
There's a
one.
public swimming pool in my
Still
town.
exist.
There's one in my apartment.
I have
People actually... Oh, well, yeah, I know apartment complex have those. Those aren't public swimming pools, though.
Yeah.
I've not been to a swimming pool in approximately 10 years.
That's what happens when you
Okay,
don't
so
have
in conclusion, G1 is just all sorts of messed up. The metaphor doesn't really make... I mean, in metaphor,
I guess
makes
the question
sense,
is,
but
how literal is the metaphor?
it's not that literal as you're saying.
It is that.
I
No, listen,
think
it was
they
an
function. They
inspiration.
function. It's inspiration. They function as cells. They're not literally cells. Obviously enough. They're not literally like the cells in your body. That's
I mean, they
not Matoran.
themselves are composed
They
of
are,
like
though.
different kinds of matter. Your cell
Right.
is,
They have
is
cells
a
within
cell.
them. They have organic matter in them. They have organic stuff. So that's obviously made out of cells. Matoran
seriousness
have their own
here.
cells.
Like, if we can be
Do
real
we
for a second.
actually know that, though?
If we can be real for a second, we can ask Greg this. He is
Nope,
still
I'm
around.
fake.
We can do this. We can
So-
have an answer for next episode.
That's actually a good point. Kahi,
But
it's
yeah,
up to you.
yeah.
You're our writing dude, so write that to
Ask
someone.
him, please.
No, I have a perfectly
I don't know
reasonable
about
answer
you,
all by
but
myself.
none of my cells sound like Kathleen Barr.
Well, none of my sound like I don't remember their names. Meso?
Wow.
Wow.
You completely interrupted that just to completely drop the ball.
Amazing.
Well, no, that was
I can't
the point.
believe we actually made it to 48 minutes without talking about a single thing we planned to talk about this episode. That's pretty cool.
You interjected the graphic novel. I wasn't even going to bring that up. Like, come on, man.
Graphic novel?
I mean, the
Nobody
graphic
cares
novel
about
was
that.
helpful. I'm glad that we did have that news there.
Was it
because
really
otherwise
helpful?
we wouldn't have talked about it.
Yeah, wow, we would have missed talking about that sweet cover. Boy, guys.
I'm sorry, Mr.
Yeah, the graphic novel's not even on our list of things to talk about.
I know, because Meso forgot about it, and it's still news.
Or he excluded it for a reason.
Meso,
Maybe
which
because
one?
there were more
Meso.
important things to talk about.
Meso, did you forget about it? Because earlier this episode, you said you forgot.
I did forget.
There you go.
But if
Thank
I
you.
had remembered, I would not have put it on the list.
Meso, you're dirt.
Although there's a fine difference between you and me. I did not even report on the first graphic novel cover.
Yeah,
You
right.
made it like a big deal.
Yeah,
I mean, it is a big deal. It's news. It's a big stinking
You know what
deal.
else is a big
It's
deal?
not.
Journey to One footage.
That we should talk
Big
about.
deal pudding. But apparently
You know what? I'm so
Pudding
I love
sucks.
You know what else is a
pudding.
big
We just
deal?
get
Hard
over it.
water.
You know what else
Greek
is a big
yogurt for
deal? Cells.
You know what? You know what else is actually a big deal? Yeah, the Journey on the footage, but
Fen.
also the voice actors.
Yes.
That's
Oh,
actually kind of a
yeah.
big deal. I'm surprised you don't care about that, LJ.
Yeah,
Oh, trust
LJ.
me,
Looking out
No,
for
he
your own
doesn't care
people.
because he's not one of them.
Yeah, see, that's the
He's
thing.
protesting.
I feel personally insulted. They didn't contact
should
me or
be.
nothing. They know what the fans want, and they want a
Listen,
properly represented
you
Lewa.
should be personally
So not you.
insulted to your core that they didn't do this because you're not a good voice actor.
Okay, first of all, how dare you say that? And like anyone else here could say that, but you can't say that, Kai. You can't.
Why can't I say that?
Because you can't talk.
Why are you
So?
forbidden to say?
I can hear,
Blib,
and I
blib.
can hear you're not a good voice
I
actor.
liked where we were. Let's talk about Journey to One and the voice actors, and then it went to no. Let's fight.
Yeah, it's exactly.
Thanks,
No,
LJ.
That's
But no,
podcast
I mean,
is.
it's like
The
so here's the thing with
WWE
these voice
Super
actors.
Slam.
Lego does something
starring
really weird.
LJ and Kai.
John Cena. See what I did there?
pudding.
John Cena. Amazing.
We're fighting over the
here's
pudding
the thing with these voice
championship.
actors. We got an update on Netflix, and they're listing for BIONICLE Journey to One, and it named 6 voice actors: Nolan Blazer, Paolo Bryant, Jackie Fox, Quinn Green, Jeff Hughes, and Corey Hunter. They've all done things in the past. They almost all have IMDb pages. However, none of them are instantly recognizable voice acting names. And this is a common thing that LEGO does. They will take a very small kind of number of voice actors, smaller names, and they will kind of bring them into the fold, no pun included. Similar to Ninjago and Shima.
No pun included.
Intended. Gosh dang it, fudge.
No pun included. There was definitely a pun included there.
Yeah.
No pun
Yeah.
included.
It's pretty cool.
Why
man.
would you even need to say that if there was no pun?
No pun included.
LJ and I were talking about this off air, and then I made a fold joke, like the band for Ninjago.
Yeah.
Probably why. But that's a stretch. No, I think it's
is
cool. I
good.
appreciate that
Pudding
there
is
are
my
6
life.
voice actors. That was a
Instead
big
of just
deal for
one.
me in the animations. Yeah,
Should've been
so,
7.
you know, I'm sure we'll have more than 6. I'm sure like Akimu and Umarak will talk, and I'm sure there'll be 1 or 2 other people. But at least the Toa, presumably the Toa. We don't actually know who is who here, but I would presume these are the 6 Toa. So that's.
I mean,
neat.
yeah, there's 6 voice actors. I'm assuming they're the top.
I mean,
Yep.
it's not
Wait,
like
so-
you can't have one actor doing more than one voice.
That's
Look
true.
at
But
Jeff
then that would
Invasion
mean
from
But
like
it just
You
like
could easily be
doesn't have a
doubling up on
voice.
some of these.
Yes, but it says starring these 6 voice
No
actors.
one's listening.
So
Pretty sure
Umarak's
that's the
gonna
Toa.
like grunt like the Skrull in Legendary Born. Like, oh.
Somebody still has to do those.
Yeah.
Well, if he's like a Pokemon and the only thing he knows how to say is his own name.
That'd be great.
Liwa!
Lewa.
Uma.
Aw, Lewa.
We also know.
I wasn't talking about the Toa, I was talking about Umarak.
We also know. Hopefully, by the
stupid
time
fools.
this episode actually comes out, this news isn't like irrelevant because I'm sure we'll have a proper release date one of these days. But at least in certain countries, it's coming out March 4th. So there is that. It's in Italy and what was the other country, LJ?
So Dutch.
Okay, yeah, Dutch. Great country. Great
The
country.
great country of Dutch.
Sorry, I spouted the word out there real fast.
My favorite country is English.
Oh
Mine
yeah.
is, well,
Yeah,
mine is America,
so-
but
And we don't actually know. I don't know personally if Netflix releases their shows worldwide or if it'll maybe a staggered regional release.
No, they do not release everything worldwide.
Sometimes they do. It's case by case basis.
Sometimes they do, but like I think judging from the animations we got last year, they don't release things worldwide at the same time.
Yeah. So I would like to think it's going to come out in the US in February, but it may actually be later. I don't know. I don't honestly know.
It could be a Ninjago issue where it like comes out in another country, but it's in English and just gets leaked online.
That would be so awful, especially because it's Netflix. I'd facepalm so much.
we could just do like a proxy switch.
Well, yes, that is true.
That. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, you are not on the... I'm not...
What?
Nothing?
Pudding
Nothing.
is good.
It's
It's
completely
Pudding is
legal
food.
if you own.
I wish
that,
you were my
that
wife.
makes sense. You just you do a proxy switch
Yeah.
so that you're like in a different country basically, and then just log into your account that you paid for.
Yep.
Yeah,
Okay, that's fair.
you pay for
It
it.
comes out
Yeah.
at a
that-
time in like other countries. I ain't missing out on this nonsense.
Yeah, that is a good point. Some members on our board are suggesting like they were trying to figure out ways to get it illegally. And it's like...
Or we could just not pirate it and support Bionicle so we get more episodes.
Well,
like
I mean,
this.
Yeah,
it's,
see,
it's
that's
on
what I'm
Netflix, guys. I mean, come on. It's like
Well,
that's
but
what.
some of them don't have Netflix or they don't have access to Netflix.
Or you could just take out the trash and mow the lawn or
I
something.
mean, if you've never had a Netflix
some of them
account
are
before,
really
can't
countries where
you
it doesn't exist.
just
Like,
make an account for what was it?
I mean, you should just pay for American
Can't
Netflix.
you just get like
proxy it.
1 month for free?
You can.
You
Yes,
can't get
can.
a
But
month for
what
free.
the issue is, Vin, is that they don't actually have Netflix does not exist in their country.
Okay,
I
well,
see.
I mean, that's a bit more of a fair issue there because if Netflix doesn't exist in your country, you can't pay it. You're
Then,
kind of
yeah,
just
I guess
missing out on that
that's,
content.
That's where you might as well pirate it then, huh?
I wouldn't say that.
It also
By the
must
same
be
time,
said that
I don't know the
Italians-
alternative.
I mean,
Speaking
technically,
individuals-
it's not like that would cause them to lose money, but I do
Right.
not condone pirating.
Italian-speaking individuals on Eurobricks, specifically Tazak, state that it may not be Italian-speaking. You may use like Google Translate, but he says it also explicitly states that season 1 will be available March 4th.
I don't
So,
put any stake in that.
Make
Yeah,
of
no,
that
I think
what
that's
you
just
will.
a generic. I think it's just a generic Netflix term. I wouldn't necessarily say that that's confirmed to be a season 2. Like Young Justice season 2 just came out on Netflix. Doesn't mean there's gonna be a season 3. Sad face.
I mean, it's a bit of a different
Yeah.
case when it's a premiere, but I understand what you mean.
Yeah, it's just something they say. Now, I think like Journey to One being on Netflix is one of the biggest steps forward for Bionicle content. It's going to be kind of interesting for us because Netflix never says how well their shows do. We have no way of gauging that, how well Bionicle is doing. If it was released on YouTube, for example, we could say, well, this has so many thousand views, it's this, this popular.
Oh,
we
boy.
have no idea when it comes to Netflix. So, we just kind of have to cross our fingers, encourage everybody to watch it on Netflix, and hope for the best.
Please watch
But
it. I'm begging you here.
please
I feel
watch
like as
it.
long as we watch it and it's good and we talk about it,
Journey to One, we actually know. It was at Toy Fair. It was confirmed, even though it wasn't like a big breaking news. Everybody kind of figured this. 4 22-minute episodes, totaling to 88 minutes in runtime. That's more than all of the 4 original Bionicle movies. It's
yeah,
longer.
that's plenty of content.
This is
Like,
awesome.
a lot of people
to me.
see the 4-episode thing and they're like, oh wow, this sucks. This is gonna be so short.
No.
No, it's actually pretty.
We're
long.
getting
It's
a
lot of
movie,
content.
That's a lot of
basically.
content. That's
So,
a lot of
long
content.
movie.
Yeah.
People really need to watch this
A
because
long movie.
that's almost a 400% increase from like what we got last
Yeah, this is
year.
better than what we ever got.
and
ever.
even better than that. So.
I feel kind of like bad for the people that worked at Lego that knew of Journey to One that had to listen to us complain about the animations being so short and be like, guys, we're working on it. Like, you keep talking about this stuff.
Yeah.
I've been working on this show for like the past year and a half. It's like we already fixed all this stuff you're complaining about. And they just had to sit, and just
Well,
listen to
obviously
us
not
whine.
everything we were complaining about.
Those complaints are still very valid. The animations were too short. Blah 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 blah. Obviously, they were testing the waters a little bit,
Yep.
and I think it was a success. But
Right. I hope so.
I feel like, I've made content before, and when people ask me for something and I know I've actively done that, it makes me feel a bit happy, so it can't always be like a negative reaction to it.
Listen, the big thing about this is that it's going to be on Netflix Kids. You can restrict Netflix to like a kids-only account. A lot of parents do this so that
Yeah,
their kids
yeah.
can just watch stuff on Netflix. So even if like encourage your little siblings and cousins and nieces and nephews to watch this. Like if they're like just kids watching whatever on Netflix, like kids do, just like, hey, you should watch this. Add it to their list or something.
Oh yeah.
The more kids watch it, the more Netflix knows it's doing a good job because they're trying to do a lot of original kids content, and some of that has been hit and miss, I guess. I know The Croods came out. I saw an episode of that. I didn't like it. I felt the animation was kind of cheaply done, honestly. There's the Peabody and Sherman one. I haven't seen that. There's some original content that they're just trying to do, and they're trying to see what is the most popular for kids going forward. And I would say that Lego, if we can make BIONICLE be like one of those things that the original content by Netflix that's really popular.
I feel BIONICLE's kind of interesting because it always has something very engaging about it. Like, I remember telling my brother about BIONICLE when he was younger. Like, now he doesn't care. He'd rather play, Call of Duty or something. But I remember...
That's a great recommendation there.
Oh, yeah, it's absolutely fantastic. But, I remember telling him what it was about, and he found it interesting. He actually brought a set. Like, he brought the BIONICLE stars, I think.
Brought it or bought it?
He brought a set?
He bought
I did
one.
it. I did it again. He bought
You're
a
so
set.
derpy.
He actually, and then he continued to buy things like from Hero Factory and things like that.
Hey.
Yeah.
Wow. UC basically recommended him Hero Factory. Nice job.
Rip. Hey, Jeff. Had a
Well, that was the only
mediocre
thing
run.
that was around in the store. So.
Yeah.
Hashtag bring back Hero Factory if you're listening.
No, I wouldn't recommend.
I
bringing
feel
it back,
like Netflix might, if the Netflix show does well, and they want to continue to commit to making more episodes of it because it's one of the forefronts of their kids' original content. BIONICLE might continue past 2017, maybe. I don't know if that's how that works. That's not a guarantee or anything, but like Lego would have an incentive to continue the line if they know that they have a partner who is willing to license it for them to put on their
It would
platform.
be pretty fantastic.
It would be a bonus that Lego would consider when it comes to renewing BIONICLE in 2017. Basically,
the future rests with Journey to One.
That being said, by now I would say by now they kind of have already made that decision, maybe, and they're seeing how Journey to One might be the tipping point for that because Lego plans stuff out a couple of years in advance. So by now they've either said BIONICLE is going to continue because of these sales or it's not going to continue. Journey to One might tip that, might be something they could argue for, but we don't know.
We shall see. Either way.
Yeah.
And can we just say, like, I don't know about you guys, Journey to One looks absolutely phenomenal.
Oh, I love the style.
so far, yeah.
Clips, the
Love
art
it.
style is so good.
Love it.
Like, the
So
animation
good.
art style, the one thing I will miss about the animations quite a lot is the art style. I loved it. I thought it was absolutely fantastic. But this is, like, leaps and bounds ahead in terms of production values. It is so good.
Yeah, dude. I'm loving the
It's
new
so
animation
unique.
style.
It's so different from, like, any other Lego theme. It's going to give it an identity.
It's Ruby-ish. I love how it's like the backgrounds look like they're painted.
No, it's not
the
that
characters
bad.
look like they're self-shaded.
Oh.
Ouch. I would say it's more true to the Ruby style than Ruby is.
Sometimes too.
Sometimes.
I'm sure that was pleasant to listen to.
Sorry.
Someone's allergic.
Yeah, I'm allergic
Yeah.
to Ruby. No, I'm kidding.
It's going to be great.
Me too.
Oh, get wrecked, Ruby.
I'm kidding.
Get rubied right.
Oh, there's a new
gonna
episode,
be-
guys. You gotta watch
Yeah,
it.
there is. Okay. It's
But-
going to be fantastic.
Even the choreography looked really good. The camera.
They're
going out,
actually
with
using
Lilo
their
running
elemental
across the thing.
powers.
They're actually using their elemental powers. Like,
Next
Wow.
time, next season, I'll get in contact with Lego. My people contact theirs. They'll work out.
why would they
We're your
switch
people.
voice actors?
LJ, what are you gonna do? Like, if you were to actually get the role of Lilo?
Not be here, I'll tell you that much.
Because, like, I was about to say, like,
Thank
your name's gonna be out
goodness.
there at that point.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm prepared for that. But I probably couldn't be here. Literally. Couldn't be on the podcast.
Totally fine.
So we'd get rid of
Nothing
LJ.
of
All
value
right.
would be
Wait,
lost.
why couldn't you be on the podcast?
I'm working with Lego. I'd be under NDA, and I'd have to go
mean,
get
you can just not
permission
talk
to be on
about
the
it, you know?
podcast, and I
Oh,
couldn't talk
no,
about it at all.
He does have a point.
Yep.
Alright, bye, LJ.
They may still allow him, but I doubt it would be
Bye,
a regular every week occurrence.
Now we have this thing where it's like, okay, do we get rid of LJ from the podcast and put up with him on the Netflix show, or do we keep him out of the Netflix show and continue Bionicle and suffer him through the podcast?
Oh, see, listen. So, like, on one hand, we would get rid of LJ. On the other hand, we'd have no podcast because Bionicle would fail because of the terrible voice acting. We wouldn't have any more Bionicle to talk about.
I was going to say, on the other hand, you had to talk about me, but you know what? Fine, worst case.
Out of the fire, man in the fire. Man.
Oh, boy.
There's no winning.
There's
shall see. We got a tough decision to make.
Capitalize on. So, yeah.
All right, well, for now, we'll probably go ahead and end this episode of the TTV Podcast. Amazingly, like, there really isn't that much to talk about with Journey to One at the moment, so I'm quite glad we were able to squeeze that in amidst all our other stuff.
I'm amazed.
So, GG, guys.
We still don't know any of the answers.
I can't believe
to our questions.
you guys still underestimate the power of being able to talk about literally.
We are
nothing.
masters at that. We were forged in the fires of
We
no
were
Bionicle
masters of
news
none.
for 3 years.
I was forged in the fires of procrastination.
If people like wonder how we're able to do this so quickly, we started our podcast and built it up when Bionicle was gone and there was nothing to
Started
talk
from the
about.
bottom, now
So,
we're here.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my
so
Started
we've
from the
gotten
pudding,
rather
now we're
good
here.
at stretching
What
out.
is it
I
with
feel
your
like
pudding?
everything you say is like one-liners.
I know,
Like
I know,
Obi-Wan
I know.
Kenobi.
References other things. Van,
Viper's
pudding
gonna be
isn't
writing
funny.
a Marvel
It wasn't
movie
funny the
someday.
first time. It's not funny now.
Listen,
Hey,
one
pudding
of
is
two things
not-
has happened to you, Venom. Either A, you've got a comics form-esque food obsession, or B, you're Harley Quinn.
Hashtag hard water.
See, here's the thing. Yes, I know pudding's not funny. I never said it was funny. Pudding is not a joke.
gosh.
It is something to be taken very
Pudding is
seriously.
disgusting.
So you can
Let's
go
end.
screw
All
yourself.
right. That's enough.
Pudding is
All right,
disgusting.
well, thank you very much for listening to this episode of the TTV Podcast. We'll be back next week with our regularly scheduled Bionicle discussion, and hopefully, by then, we'll have some more details to tell you about. As always, check us out on Vessel for 1 week early access at vessel.com/TTV channel and audibletrial.com/TTV for a free audiobook of your choosing. And one day, the shirts will return.
Actually, they should be out by
Awesome.
Yeah.
even if the website's not finished, the shirt page will be up. So you'll have a nice little preview of what we've been working on. behind the scenes.
Store.ttvpodcast.com.
Thumbs up.
Yeah.
Alrighty then. Well, thank you very much for listening, and we'll see you all next week. I'm Messina.
I'm Butteran.
I'm LJ.
I'm Kahi.
I'm Venom.
I'm Viper.
I'm Takuma Nuba.
And this was TTV 181. Happy Mardi Gras, everyone.
That's
Wait,
how we
is
have
it
time.
actually Mardi Gras?
No, but like by
Mardi
this
Gras.
time,
Mardi Gras is this coming week.
It is this coming week.
What?
Yep.
No
Yeah,
way.
It's coming up, dude.
Yeah.
Expect a new vlog from Meso. Mardi Gras.
Maybe not.
To
Make no
Mardi
promises.
Gras.
We'll see. Yeah. Anyway, see you next time, guys.
See ya.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye.